Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This is episode 44 of the Panorama Pandemonium Challenge. We are fast getting towards the latter half of this series now. We are well over the halfway point. We are over the 2/3 point, aren't we? Just thinking about it. Yes, we are. We are over 2/3 of the way through. Moving on then. It is time for the other GT1. We had the long tail. Not too long ago, it is now the time for the CLK LM. I love the noise of this car. It is magnifique. Certainly in comparison to the long tail, in my opinion. But that is what is like in the game. What these cars are like in real life, I couldn't tell you. Low roar. I like that livery. Oh, the irony, a British flag on a German car. Oh, I was really slow on that one. Whoa! No toys in this fella. Weird ass lights on the display. Whoa, big lock up. Oh, come on. Whoops. Too busy looking backwards there. Not a lot of things going on in the car here. A few switches. Not what you might call luxurious, but then it was never really built for that, was it? Ow. Oh, sorry. Squeezing. Ow! Yeah, someone had a bad day on my left there. Couldn't help it. But spew me into the wall. That's fine. I couldn't give them room. They couldn't have avoided that. I'm okay with that. It's just the bots that barge into you and then push you along the track. Whoops. That was very silly. Moving on. So now is as good a time as any to discuss future plans for this series. This, obviously the Pandemonium series. Whoops, Panorama Pandemonium series will be finishing in less than 20 videos time. Being that I accidentally did 3 cars in one video a while ago, that shortens the list down to 62 in this series, as opposed to 63. I believe, if I remember that correctly, we had in Bluster Bay Challenge. I'm in two minds whether to run a third series or not. I certainly do plan on doing similar series in Project Cars 2 upon its release. The time now of recording is mid-April. It is it was my birthday at the time of recording. I've been away on the preceding weekend. I had enough videos uploaded to make sure that I didn't have to do any work whilst I was away. Oh, goodness me. So, between when this series is due to end and it still hasn't been announced an official release date for Project Cars 2, so it's only really scheduled for September, seems to be the date that I keep hearing. I think that's more speculative. That is purely speculation. There's no evidence that supports that. There's no hard fact that is based on. It's why speculation. Come on, Mr. Loctite, get on with it. So I need to consider whether I'm going to run a third series, whether a third series is really what people want to see, whether it's something I want to record. Because my subscribers, for all of you, I hit 160 recently, which of course is great for me. That is a figure I never envisaged when I first started doing videos. I mean, hell, I started doing vehicle showcase videos for Project Cars last April, so I've been on YouTube a year now, give or take. And in that time, I've gained 160 subscribers. Vast majority of which are down to my commentary work as opposed to my video series. Whoops. Ah, nice. So I'm in two minds whether I'm going to run a third series or not. Personally, I would like to, but it's whether, whether it's just too much churning over the same kind of material. I may have to think about the format that I do, whether I stick to the same circuit, whether I do all 125 cars, things like that. I honestly don't know. Things for me to ponder on. I'm certainly going to be continuing my Dungeon Siege video series until... Wow, nice move. Until such time as I'm prevented from continuing, or until I find that I'm no longer interested in doing it. I'm making a lot of headway in this field. That's not a good start. I've been waffling on so much I haven't even checked my target time. Whoops. Oh, there's a lot of grip in this car. A lot of grip and a lot of noise. Handles the bumps really well. It's me handling it that's the bigger problem. And as usual, I curse myself by saying it's a good car and then throw it into the wall. So yeah, I'm in the point now where I'm thinking about what if I'm going to do a third video series of project cars, and if so, what will it be? Whoops! As I barred somebody else off the road. And also I need to really look at whether I can get a third series done in between when this one ends and when Project Cars 2 is due to land. Without having an exact release date, judgment, lock out there, is a little difficult to make. Anyway, onto this car. What am I aiming for? 203.557. And I've just done 203.214. Fantastic. So whilst waffling, I've managed to hit the target time. Come on. I do like this car. It seems to handle the bumps of Bathurst pretty well overall. Someone contacted me on Steam, wishing me happy birthday in their own language, so I couldn't really read it. Yes, I've turned the tender age of 37. I am an old duffer, certainly in comparison to most people that I commentate on. But there you go, such is life. Not everybody is younger than me, but the vast majority of them are. There are a couple of fellow parents out there in the AOR community. Oh, right, onto this car then. It does seem to, interestingly, I don't seem to be able to make a great deal of inroads into the rest of the field. I've been around the 21st, high 20s mark pretty much all race long. Again, I've absolutely floored it and I'm not gaining on what I think is a McLaren ahead of me. I seem to have dispatched the Mercedes much quicker than the McLaren. So are the McLarens that much faster than the Mercs, I wonder? Whoops, put a lock up there. Never really thought about it. Oh, I was close to the time there. I think that one's actually 518. I have to look. Oh no! I think that time also beat the target time. Oops, that's neutral. Well, I'm certainly not going to be getting into the top half this time. Age-old problem. Too many beans out of the corner. So for you viewers out there, if you have any thoughts on a video series you would like to see in Project Cars or other games, I do play other things. I would kind of I would prefer to have a Project Cars related video series going on alongside a non-Project Cars related video series. The reason for that, one, I love Project Cars. That has been gone over time and again. But two, that's where my main audience base has come from. My main audience base has come from my Project Cars and F1 2016 commentary work. Now, I don't play F1 2016. There's not really anything I can do with that except do a championship season. But everyone, there's loads of those. There's absolutely loads of those. As far as I know, there isn't a video series that kind of does every single one of the cars in Project Cars, and there's obviously not enough variety in the cars in Formula 1 2016 to make a project like that viable. So Project Cars obviously gives me the tools to do this exact thing. Same with Gloucester Bay and this challenge. So, and Project Cars 2 will give me the exact same platform. I did think about doing something similar in Assetto Corsa. I did own it briefly. Couldn't get on with it. There's some brilliant cars in that game. Oh, that sound! I've barely talked about the Mercedes. I've just waffled so much. I do apologise. 203-214. Yeah, look at that! And they're all Mercs right at the front there. So I haven't actually done very well. Largely in this series. In this race, rather. That person that messaged me has just kind of prompted me again. Right, next car then. It's the Road B SLS AMG. A car that was used in the Endurance League for Apex Online Racing safety car, driven by myself. Oh, take a drink. Let's go. Oh, lovely pink car on the front. Sorry, I was sending a message. What a noise. Oh, all the toys as well. I knew as soon as I dropped that, I should have backed out of that. No, wrong. I'm getting all the messaging one guy doing this all wrong. Let's do that again. Oh, that is a horrible livery on that BMW. Oh, the noise. Let's get the right view. I can pretty much drive this with reckless abandon. I say that and then I do a pretty naff job of driving it. Ow, come on, people. Boy! Ah! Okay, doing a bit better in this car. Oops. Coming through. Oh, this could get nasty. Nudge the Audi there. Didn't mean to throw him to the wall. Oh, look at that Caterham go. Look how the Caterham barged into the Mustang there. To upset the Mustang. I think that's the Mustang that's very slow compared to its stable mates. Which is a great shame because all the other Mustangs did really well. Right, come on, let's get on with it. Boy! Ow! Boink. Funnily enough, whilst I was whilst we were doing the Mercedes CLK in the GT1, I was thinking about maybe I need to put the bot difficulty back down again, but no. I think it's fine. I just didn't do very well. Maybe because I was nattering too much. Who knows? I'm not rerunning it, so... Bright green back mono. Rather being held up by this Mustang here. Oh! Ho, ho, ho! And then I slam into the side of the Mustang. That was a bit of a statement of intent there by the back mono. Crunch! Should be with this Mustang, Mercedes rather. Really opens up. This car can do best part 200 miles an hour. Oh, let's say a crossbow. It was 177, I think it was, before I had to brake. Slow down, big fella. There we go. Oh, that roof CTR. I'm going to have fun with that when I get to that. That thing is tail happy. Oh, might have been a tad early there. Oh, understeer. Crossbow's now right on my tail. So there you go, audience. I know that my videos don't get a massive amount of views, but if you have anything to say, any comments, I always forget to say like, comment, subscribe, that sort of stuff, all the usual stuff. I just always sounds like I'm copying everybody else having that kind of line in there. But if you like what I do, stick a like on there. I know some of you do, which is always appreciated. Leave a comment, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It all helps. But I make no secret of the fact that I primarily make these videos because I enjoy doing it. As I feel that as a content creator, you need to enjoy the stuff you make. Otherwise, you are just churning it. You end up just churning out crap. You know, that you don't want to do, and that's never going to be good quality stuff. Whoops. Just that ugly ass Beamer. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry to anybody that does like that livery. I don't. And what on earth has sprinted off? I wonder if that's an F1 that's sprinted off into the distance. As we have a Rocket Bunny here. I'm in third. I hadn't realised what position I was in. I knew I was doing all right, but I didn't realise I was in the podium position. Right. Oops. Ow. Pretty basic gear change indicator in the middle. Really can't see the rev counter on the right there, nor the speed counter on the left. Obviously you have the speed in the middle anyway. Oh, Rocket Bunny's doing well. Oh, look at that! Rocket Bunny's really keeping up with me. Ah, that was a bit early there. Oh, yes. Thank you, driver aids. So, any suggestions on Project Cars video series or other games you might like to see me do? Well, we've got the Dungeon Siege one running, which obviously if I see that through to completion is going to go on a damn long time. I really don't want to be doing 3 video series. I think that's just going to be too much alongside family commitments primarily, but also my commentary commitments. I can't really see me being able to do 3 video series, so if I could ideally keep it to a Project Cars one and a non-Project Cars one, that would be great. But if the general consensus is 2 non-Project Cars ones, fine. Yeah, I'm not against that at all. Whoops. But I do have to like the idea. You know, 50 bots at Silverstone with no damage on. Sorry, with full damage on is never going to happen. Not in a month of Sundays. You know, driving the go-karts backwards around Monaco is never going to happen. Although it would be funny, but it's not really a video series either, that one. I've got a few ideas, so I'll be chewing those over whilst completing the PPT. Oh my goodness me. Wow, that's Dave Howling I'm trying to read the name whilst braking in the most twistiest part of this corner, this circuit. That's a clever idea. Oh, it's just over 4.5 seconds away. Oh, thank you, driver aids. Oh, certainly driver aids assisted, well, and wall assisted there. That lost me some time, but I reckon that's an F1. That's a 200 mile an hour supercar just disappearing over the crest there. Now this car can do close to that speed, I think, but it can't do that close to that speed here. The F1 can do 200 miles an hour here. I've done 200 miles an hour in the F1, not in real life, of course. Oh, that would be great. Hey, if anybody wants to set up me driving all 125 of these cars, or as close as we can get in real life terms, at Silverstone, aha, I'll do that. I'd die a happy man. I'd probably die doing it as well. Oh, come on, KK, enough waffling. 4.5 seconds, but if that's an F1, he's going to disappear off. Right, 2:22.070. Yeah, I've done two 2:21.1s. Wow! Consistency from me. That is pretty rare. Pushing the driver aids now, but I have gained a bit of time on the car in front. Oh, and pushing the wall now. Oh, come on, get away from the wall. On we go. Out we go. As you would imagine, with all the driver aids on, this thing is a doddle to drive. Take the driver aids away? No idea. I technically have never driven this without the driver aids on. Well, I have, because the when I used this as the safety car, that had no driver aids, I think, but that was only you know, crawling speed. There was never racing speed. Oh, that was beautiful, but again, I doubt I'd be able to get away with that with the driver aids off. A minute to go, should be able to beat the checkered flag out. I'm beginning to wonder whether that's another Merc up there. What are you? Just a little bit too far away. Oh, goodness me. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Way too late. It's a Merc. It's a Mercedes. Well, well, well. It's not a McLaren at all. It's another one of these. I mean, yeah, they're quick, but I didn't think they were that much quicker than the Road B field. But then the fact that I'm near 5 seconds ahead of the field after just spewing off into the gravel, or 4.5 seconds, kind of confirms it's a quick car. Beautiful. Right, let's see what lap time I can do then. Dave Howring is too far ahead. There's no way I'm going to gain that. Oh, that's a McLaren F1 behind me. Look at Joel Demoncu's, or however you say it, how he was able to close in on me on that straight. There's only one car able to do that in this field, and that is the F1. I bet you any money that that is what he is driving. I will be stunned if he's in anything else. This is what I found out, he's in a catering or something. No way, not the rate of knots he was gaining on me at the tail end of that straight. There's no way he's anything other than the F1. We will see at the end of this lap. The checker flag is out. Too much, too much, too much, yeah. You can get away with some really silly things with the driver aids on, you really can. Some cars do defeat their driver aids, this doesn't. They are a perfect match. I might like this car rather a lot. Now, keep an eye on the guy behind me, Joel Dimoncu. Look at that, gaining at a hell of a rate of knots. And I'm doing 170 miles an hour. So something has had to have exceeded that speed by quite a long way. And in the Road B category, there's only one candidate for that. As far as I know, anyway. If we were in the twisty bits, then there would be a few candidates for that. Caterham, the Crossbow, the Aerials. Only one car is going to be going that quick. And over the line, and it is a 2:19.5. Yes, I'll have some of that. And I was right, it was an F1 behind me. God, it was the only thing quicker than me. But by 1.5 seconds! God, that F1 is so fast. And that's the end of this episode. Thank you very much. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.